Hello everyone, Nicole here. Welcome to another travel vlog. Come with me as I spend 1 week in Munich, Germany.
Okay, there's something beautiful about drinking a cappuccino that actually has oat milk. The first cafe I go to in Germany has oat milk or some alternative milk, so that's nice. Um, and reading a book I bought in Paris on a hot day, and now I'm in Munich, in Old Town, or close to Old Town, drinking a cappuccino waiting for my tour. There's something really nice about that. I did take a lovely train because I'm about 30 minutes out of Munich. So like an hour, like a 40-minute train ride, 45-minute train ride. But and it's just like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, like both Nick and I are living the 1099 life, and that's completely different from one person being 1099 and one person being W2. We are navigating such a very unorthodox life. I'm traveling, he's back home, he's going to come to me. Like there's just a lot of movement, but it's moments like this where I'm just like, I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss being able to sit in a cafe in Europe 6 months from now, a year from now, when I'm back home, just doing everyday life. And so I'm gonna cherish this, even though I miss my husband, and I miss being able to see friends and see family and have deep conversations with people, and not always like short conversations with new people. But I don't know. I know when I'm back home, going to Target, picking up something, I'm going to miss this. So this is nice. It's nice. I'm going to keep reading my book, even though my book is a little sad. But it's a good book. I strongly suggest anyone that's been in a long-term relationship, and I mean long-term, I mean more than 5 years, and you live with someone, this book really illustrates the highs and the lows when it comes to relationships. There's certain things about relationships that I can only share with people that have been in long-term relationships. I love my single girlfriends, but there's something they don't. It's if you haven't lived with someone for more than 5 years, you don't get the love, but you also don't get how much you want to punch that person in the face sometimes. Okay, so lunchtime. Every time I order salad, I'm thinking something small because I want something small to eat, and I get like a big ass salad. I also always get bread with every meal. No why. I don't ask for it, but I get it, and it's usually really good. That was something I got a lot in Paris. Bread with every meal. But no sides, no butter, no olive oil. It's just really good bread. Anyways, this is falafel pieces. So we'll give this a go.
Okay, so after my lunch, I made my way to the walking tour. This had to be one of my favorite walking tours. Not only was the guide really informative, but the vibe of everyone on the tour was just very lovely and everyone wanted to get to know each other. I actually made a few friends and we all grabbed lunch later. So it was really cool. So just join me as I see all the historical sites of this walking tour. Side note, this is a panorama photo I took on my phone, and for some odd reason, it looks like AI, but it's not. It's from my phone. As you briefly saw, there's a footprint there. The story goes that's the footprint of the devil. That's as far as he was able to get to into the church. Then we go to this war memorial. It was originally built after World War One to honor all the German soldiers, and especially all the Bavarian soldiers, because Munich was Bavarian. In Germany, there's a lot of history in there. I strongly suggest researching it. After World War II, they put more inscriptions on the walls to honor not just the soldiers that died, but to honor all the civilians that died. And the people So from bombs to killings, all of that. So mixed feelings about this war memorial.
I feel like between here and Paris,
this is now one of the few opportunities.
So I think for me the difference between Paris and Munich is Munich is still a city, but it's a lot smaller than Paris, a lot less chaotic. So I feel calmer. I mean, Paris is beautiful, but I think for my time here in Munich, it's already like, okay, it's a slower pace, but it is nice. And it's getting chilly. That's why I have my little jacket. Now to put it on soon. But I'm enjoying today. Today was nice. I slept in, took the train, had a lovely lunch. Now I get to do this tour.
Okay, and then we made our way to this monument that was a map of the city. One of the friends I made on the tour noticed that it was upside down. Our tour guide was very happy about that. The next clip you're going to see is the music of this clock tower. So enjoy. So afterwards, we grabbed some dinner, me and 3 other friends from the tour. Then we just went across the street from the restaurant to the famous Hofbräuhaus house, or I think it's just the Hofbräuhaus. And by the way, it's very loud when you get in there. There's music, there's loud talking. You just take a seat and someone will find you. So we just ordered beer. One of my friends, he was also from the Bay Area, so we bonded over that. He was so nice. I'm like, can you record me, please, drinking? So it was really cool. There was a lot of music. It's really loud. It's not a place to have an intimate conversation. You're just going to have a drink and have fun. So I spent all day Tuesday just getting work done and relaxing in my Airbnb because it was raining. But Wednesday, a little sunnier. So I went to the BMW Museum. So this is from town center, like Old Town. It's north of that, so you will just have to take the train a little bit longer, but it's really easy to get to with the public transit. And so it's this very modern building, which is such a stark contrast to all the like old buildings you see in Munich. So it looks almost futuristic compared to everything that it's surrounded by. So it's pretty cool. Very clean, very orderly. Loved it. I could not figure out on their website, I'm sure there's a way, maybe I was tired, to just be able to go see the museum. It seemed like I had to buy a ticket for a guided tour. So that's what I did. I did the guided tour in English. So I hate to break it to y'all, and I'll probably say this again later on in the video. I'm not a car person, so I cannot tell you, like, this is what I saw. Like, I don't remember. I remember cars and motorcycles. So I'll tell you a little bit about how the tour is. These tours are pretty big. My tour had at least 20, 30 people on it. I think maybe because it was the last English tour of the day, because it was towards the end of their tours. And the tour covers like 2 floors of the museum. There's like, I want to say 3 or 4 floors. And it starts in chronological order, but then they also break off into these different rooms to discuss why a car was maybe designed this way in this era. So, it's not just like you go into one room and it's like 30s, 20s. They do have a flow to it. So, for example, this is the Series 5, I want to say. And so this room shows us the chronological order of that particular car. So just like how you saw earlier, there was a room of motorcycles, and it shows you the design of all the different motorcycles throughout the years. So they broke up the rooms like that. And that's pretty much how I can tell you about the tour. The tour guide was really nice. Because a lot of these cars can be considered art, the tour guide did wear white gloves. All right, then we enter everyone's favorite room, Elvis's BMW room. All right, so this is the BMW that Elvis wanted. This particular BMW was very rare. They didn't make a lot of BMW 507s, and I think he was the only one that had the BMW 507 in white. So it was just really cool to see. I did take a picture and videos of it to send to my family because my mom is a big Elvis fan. So she was very jealous of it. Had to take a photo. All right, so one of the things I do geek out about is how people created cars in the 20s, 30s, and 40s because it was still new technology. This particular car, as you can see, was created in 1936. What I love about this one is when you open the hood, what she pointed out, the tour guide, was there is a little toolkit like a hammer and some other tools to fix your own car, which I thought that is convenient. Also, as you can still tell, the tour guide is wearing white gloves. You cannot touch the cars. These cars are considered artwork and history, so there's signs everywhere in the museum. Do not touch the cars. So even the tour guides, when they're giving tours, they have to wear white gloves. I'll talk a little bit more about this car later, but this was the run-of-the-mill car, the affordable BMW. It was small, and they promoted it as you could fit 5 people in it.
Okay, so I just finished my tour. I'm going to grab my little bite, little something to drink, and then continue because the tour, of course, only gives you like part of the museum and not the whole museum. I am not a car person per se. If you know me, you know this. I'm like, okay. But I figured I'm here. I might as well see it. You know what I mean? Because, well, their plant and their headquarters are here, so it's been pretty cool. I ate that really quickly. Oh, I was so hungry. I don't know. I think I ate breakfast too late, and then I think my breakfast was too small, so I was just starving that whole tour. So I got myself this caprese salad, so tomatoes and mozzarella with some arugula. I don't know if they call it arugula here or rocket. In Australia, they call it rocket, but it's arugula. And then I got myself a little tartlet because it's here. You gotta get the pastries. And a cappuccino with oat milk. Thankfully, they have oat milk. That seems to be the most common thing. Not a lot of almond or coconut milk, but oat milk. And luckily, I haven't had an allergic reaction, so that's good. It's raining again. It's on and off again raining, and I feel like this last month since I've been in Europe, it's either been raining, like hailing, or too hot, and I feel like it really deters the traveling, the pivoting. There's just one more thing I really want to do in Munich, which is go to the church tower and climb it and get really cute views and then just walk around some more in Old Town. Because I did a lot on my first full day here, like the walking tour. And I'm going to do a castle tomorrow. So that's exciting. I'm going to go see the Cinderella Castle. Anyways, so I wanted to go to Church Tower, but because it's raining and it's not going to be great views, and it's not hard rain, it's just light on again, off again rain, so you can't really predict it. But I think Friday is supposed to be slightly clearer. And yeah, so, but excuse me. But I am going to go to a gift shop because my cousin is a big BMW fanatic. He works for BMW back in California. I mean, he's loved BMW since we were like teens. I mean, it's a lot. I'm like, we all have our thing. And he's just a really nice cousin, so I wanted to see if there's something I can get for him here. Maybe something for his kid. And then, yeah, so I feel bad because I know he would be like more into the tour, like knowing all the engines and stuff. And I'm like, the car's blue. It's really cute. It's cute. Gift shop. Then I do want to do like this picture thingy, so I have to go show my ticket again and go back to it. So let's do that. And I'm charging my phone. So, oh, but kudos. What I like about this place is if I actually brought my regular charger, they have wall chargers. You don't see that everywhere. But it is a BMW Museum, so efficiency. By the way, the bathrooms were really nice. So, pretty cool. All right. But real talk, this is the car that I wouldn't mind having, you know? Mainly because it's sky blue. That's pretty much it. That's how I buy cars. I mean, that's why my car is red. Because I'm like, ooh, color. Or this one. Because it's this light mint green and it looks eco-friendly, even though it's not. I don't know. Those would be the cars I want. Okay, so we're now getting part of the tour. It's a rotating expedition, but it's Italian design BMWs. So, you know, the BMWs are made in Germany, but it's Italian designers, which I'm like, that is brilliant because the Italians can make some really beautiful things, y'all. So I'm like, an Italian design car, but German engineer. Hell yeah. That is a beautiful, efficient car. Oh my god, look. That's a pretty ad. Okay, I want to start reading these. I'll let you know if I learn anything super cool. Let's see, look, 50s, 60s, beautiful. Those 70s, not beautiful. I'm sorry, that just makes me mad. I feel like those were just 2 decades where I'm like, okay, can you tell us that you were just super depressed? Alright, so during the 50s, apparently, this was BMW's truly only affordable car for the everyday person. The other beautiful cars I showed you all were mainly meant for very affluent families for that time. And even now, if you were to buy some of those, like that mint green and that blue car I showed you all, that would have been like, for today, 200, 300K. And so whatever is equivalent in the 50s. So this tiny, tiny little car was the everyday man car. It's the one car that you could possibly afford. Yeah, so I think you could easily fit 4 people in there. Possibly. Let's just be honest, 3. But it's technically not a car. That's what the tour guide was telling us. That it is like a car / scooter type of thing. So it's not registered as a car. Like a car and a motorcycle. Because it does take some designs for motorcycles. Fun fact from the tour, BMW started off as a motorcycle company because, let's be honest, a lot of places in Europe, you know, the roads aren't very big in Europe, and especially in the older towns, so a motorcycle is the easiest way to get around. Then they started building cars, so, and then the war took off, World War II, so then more cars. Okay, with the cars in the look of like some Italian city, I think it's just trying to look maybe like Rome. But anyways, with the music, the lighting, the cars, and all this, it's sort of giving me like like when Nick and I would go to like any type of like startup party, and or some like they got their investor funds and they're throwing like a little gala in some museum. That's what it's giving me. I'm like, yep. All I need now is some like caterers and a really long line in the bathroom. But can you imagine? This would be an excellent place to throw a party. I mean, people would probably still spill things, but I'm just like, it would be so pretty.
And that's the end of my Wednesday. Caught my train, went back to my Airbnb, and got prepared for Thursday. So, Nicole, where are you going? Why are you on this really nice bus? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to what is known as Cinderella's Castle or Sleeping Beauty's Castle. I cannot pronounce it. It's Austrian. Like, I'll put the name somewhere. But it is a castle that it was a few hours away. So I just bought a guided ticket, where I would get on a very comfortable bus. And I get to drive through the German countryside in comfort, charging my phone, listening to music, and then I'm going to see this castle. It was a really nice way to get up there, very comfortable. You could sort of see the castle in the distance. This was us getting closer because we were on the bus for almost 2 hours. This is the map we got from our tour guide. It was not a helpful map, but whatever. So you get to the site. One of the things I was sort of disappointed about was I didn't realize how touristy this site was. A lot of tours. So if you're going there to think, I'm going to see a beautiful castle in the woods, those days are gone. It's a lot of tourists, and so just get used to that. So my particular tour, the tour guide just showed us around the ground, not allowed to take us into the castle, so we had to go into castles ourselves, but we're just walking around, seeing the sights, seeing the woods around. On this tour, I also made friends. I made 2 friends, and we just did a lot of walking around together, and it was really nice. One of them took like photos of me, so it was great. But this is us just walking around the woods before we go see the castle. When you get to the grounds, the bus takes you to, let's say, the lower part of the hill. Then you can take another bus that takes you up the hill a bit. But then you still need to walk to the castle. So if you have any accessibility issues, you won't really be able to see the castle. There's multiple paths to get there, but you need to still be able to walk. This particular photo I took on the balcony of the castle. It's the only place within the castle you can take a photo. When you do the tour inside, no photos or videos are allowed. So you really can only take photos and videos of like outside the castle.
Okay, so this is called, there you go, the Cinderella Castle. It is not necessarily a Cinderella Castle because it helped actually inspire the castle for Sleeping Beauty. There you go. Okay, we're going to keep going. So we're walking up to the castle and then we're going to do a tour of the castle. There's a lot of people. Like a lot.
All right, this is the only part of inside the castle you can take a video of. It's the outside right when you go in. And then you get in the queue and you get into do the tour. There is an audio tour and a tour guide that leads you along the way. All right, and that's it for the castle. So now let's go into Friday.
Okay, so I came to this German restaurant, naturally, in the same old town center that I'm going to go to the church, so it's like a little bit touristy. But I wanted a good meal, and so I came here, and I got good reviews. Got myself a meal. I was going to get this white sausage with pretzel plate, but I felt like that was a little too touristy, so I got this because I saw like a German family next to me eating it, where it was just like potatoes, some tomatoes, onions, and then it's mixed with some different type of pork pieces. So I figured, why not? And it's really good. It's really flavorful. For being a restaurant that's near a touristy area, I can see why it has like 4.8 on Google. The food is actually really good.
This meal was really good, really fulfilling, and just very flavorful. It was actually one of my favorite meals I had in Munich. So it really hit the spot because I just was quite hungry. And I had to climb some stairs in a little bit, so it hit the spot. So I'm climbing these stairs, just a heads up. It is about €5 to enter this church, to climb the steps to get to the top.
It's a lot of steps. I knew it was going to be a lot of steps. But it's a lot. You have a little bit more to go. It's been good. We made it to the top.
Okay, and just a heads up, the reason why going up the stairs might take a little bit longer is they're narrow, so you constantly have to step to the side to let people come up or down.
After that, up the church tower, I just wanted some water, but I figured, ooh, a nice little coffee would do. So there's this Nespresso coffee shop, and it's so nice. I think they teach classes here too, like because there's a sign. It's like, oh, we go to second level for master class. Like, that's cool. But I'm gonna get myself a nice coffee. I could get a cappuccino, but I just want something more refreshing and a little chocolate and call it a day. But I'll show you guys the espresso shop. It's really pretty. It's really well designed. It's like this open space concept with a lot of darker than coral, like a peach and some greens and golds. Very LA. Okay, but it's cute. I'm at the train station. So this main station has like trams, subways, pretty much all the and then like trains. Trains are like usually the thing that you take if you're going like long distance, and then like I guess there's commuter trains I've been taking that's like shorter distances, and then the subway is always like the underground is what they call it, which is basically what you mainly take once you're in proper Munich, right? So was able to find it. I'm very proud of myself because these big train stations can get a little confusing. So they didn't even have a sign that's like trains this way. They had numbers 5 through 38, and then in small fonts, trains. And I'm like, well, I got to get to platform 22, and that's between 5 and 38. So let me just walk in that direction. And I think that's another reason why I want to take my nieces and nephews traveling. It's a good practice in like reading context clues, and not just reading things like verbatim. Like nothing's ever going to be 100% clear. People have different images for things. They call things differently, so you really have to like use your brain. So yeah, but I'm here an hour early. I'm not really hungry. I'm not in the mood to go try to find a bathroom, even though I should use it. I'll just use it on the train. I'm just, so I feel like I'll just stand here for an hour. I don't know. Yeah, I have some time, but it's better than being rushed. That's for sure. So probably just like chill for a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna take off my backpack because my backpack's really heavy, and I'll just like hang out here until my train is available to the front. Okay, I'm on the train. I paid for a first class ticket because I did second class on the long train ride. This is another long train ride. She's a little bit more comfortable in first class. It's nothing fancy. It just means the seats are newer and it's air conditioning, I think. And then, wait, I got paid for air conditioning. And then, what's the other thing? Oh, more leg room. So, which is nice. But if you don't pick your seat, they'll select a seat for you in the class that you paid for. But it's so chaotic getting onto the train, and luckily I pushed through, and that I was like the first one on in my carriage, because I have a very big suitcase and they don't provide too much storage space, surprisingly. So I was just like, I have to get like space for my suitcase. Anyways, so, but as we're getting closer to the time to take off, I was just like, they haven't given me a seat yet. They told me what carriage to get on in the class I'm in, of course, but not the seat. And I was just like, I am not about to like wait until the very last minute for them to tell me which seat to be on, because how the train works is the first 2 carriages are first class and the last 2 carriages are first class, and then everything in between is coach. I was not about to run from the front to the end at like the last minute, so I ended up just like spending $7 to select my seat, because I was just like, nope, not happening. Like it's a lot. So yeah, I would assume they would have given us our seats like an hour before, but I don't know. Alright, but we're on. I don't think I have anyone in that seat. But we don't know. It could happen. And it's gonna be cozy. So I have a croissant, I have salads, I have water, and then I think I'll just get myself something else on the train. That little girl just almost fell off her scooter. Yeah, so we're gonna relax. Actually, not really relax. I have some work to do, so we're gonna work.
Okay, goodbye Munich, it was fun. This was actually one of my favorite European cities, so if you ever find yourself in Europe, I strongly suggest go to Munich. I actually liked it a little bit more than Berlin, but that's for another video. See you all in the next video. Bye!